And it's our privilege to hand over to Nikki, who volunteers with Safe Families and a member of our church, and Helen, who works for Safe Families and Home for Good, and to hear more about their work. So over to you guys. Thanks very much for joining us.
So firstly, hello Helen, welcome to St James, and we're happy to have you here. So if you could tell us more about yourself and the charity Safe Families Home for Good.
Sure. Hi, it's great to be with you all. Thank you so much for having me. So I am from Swindon, but cover all of the Wiltshire area in my role. I started with Safe Families, as it was then, as a volunteer about 7 years ago, and joined the staff team about 5 years ago. And really, it's been an amazing journey. I think I was sold on it pretty quickly. An amazing way of working with churches to see families and children thrive. We have a really big vision to see a society where no family feels alone, where every child has a home where they'll flourish, but really believe that the church is central to that vision. Probably easier to talk about it in individuals rather than just big vision, that actually often within family, we've heard already, haven't we, about it is to be part of church family and church community, and hopefully that's what you experience when you come here regularly and when you join in different groups and settings, but actually that isn't the story for a lot of people. And so having, if you think about maybe, let's think about a young mum, let's call her Sarah, who is struggling with raising her kids for whatever reason. It may be she's facing eviction. It may be that she's struggling just to keep her kids safe when they are out and about because of her kids and needs. She's not a bad person and a bad mum. She's in a bad situation. And actually, for her, that is her whole story. It's all that's going on for her. And actually, we want to say that when she cries out, well, who cares? Who cares what's going on for me? We can respond and say, actually, as the church in your community, we care and we know Jesus cares. And so we want to walk alongside churches as they equip volunteers and churches to stand alongside mums like Sarah's or dads or young children who are maybe struggling, to stand in that space for them.
And so how can we get involved?
I think a great way to do it is, we've got a video, haven't we? So shall we show this video, which will be a great way to show actually an example of how you could get involved, and then I'll give you a bit more information. Okay, we haven't got a video right now. We have a video another time. So the video, just to tell you, Tam's story is a lovely one, where Tam had grown up in care, and she really struggled to know how to parent her children. The volunteers that talk on the video sort of talk about how she hadn't had a role model of how to do well, and she struggled with her mental health and really struggled to know how to care for the kids, and felt very isolated on her own. And actually had a couple of different volunteers who came alongside her. One who took out the kids so that Tam could have a little break every now and then, just take them to the park for an hour or two. Other volunteers who actually came alongside Tam and would just meet up with her just once a week, an hour a week or 2 hours a week, but also help her with things like teaching her how to mow the lawn and cut the grass, so she could look after herself and learn to do it herself, not become reliant on them. And at the end of the video, she says, they've become like my family, that I didn't feel like I had a family. They've become my family, and it's really powerful. So your question was how to get involved, wasn't it? And so the next slide, actually, there's a slide that says 3 ways to get involved, if we could have that up. Talks about the different ways that you can get involved. So you can inquire about volunteering with us. Also, I forgot to mention earlier that part of our big vision is also to help people who might want to journey into the space of fostering and adoption, opening their homes for those children who maybe aren't able to stay with their birth family for whatever reason, and journeying with people on that. So you can explore that space with us, but you can also explore volunteering with us. So we train and equip volunteers from all different backgrounds, like Nikki, who come alongside a family. It could be for an hour a week to have a cup of coffee with a mum who's struggling, or go out for a drink with a dad so he can have somewhere to talk, or spend a bit of time kicking a football around in the park with a young kid who needs just some one-to-one time with a trusted adult. So you can explore all that with us. It may be you're a bit more practical, and you could explore being a resource friend, where you come and paint a room or put up a curtain pole for a family to help them feel like a house is a home. It may be that you don't feel like you can volunteer or give time in that way, but you may be able to give financially. Just even £10 a month makes a massive difference to help us keep equipping churches and training volunteers to support families. But also, we believe in a God who can do more than we can ask or imagine, don't we? So it may be that actually what you can do is pray with us. We will send you a monthly email with some prayer points, and you can pray with us once a month. So it would be great if you could sign up with that.
Yes, that brings me on to my next question.
Yes.
How can we pray for you? What are some of the things you'd like us to pray for?
I actually need to look at my notes for this bit. So I did ask some of our family support managers who are working across Wiltshire at the moment for some specific prayer needs. I think one really big one at this point is for families. A lot of the families we support in Wiltshire have special educational needs, and the summer holidays is massively daunting, like to have 6 weeks of no structure, no routine. So really pray for those families. Some of them even, like I said before, struggling to leave the house. We have a lot of families in Trowbridge and on the edges of Trowbridge who are looking for support at the moment. So do pray that we find great support for them. You might be the answer to that prayer. And also, we've actually got a couple of specific situations where within parents who in their marriage are struggling because of what's going on in the household. So if we could pray specifically for that and for strengthening marriages in that would be amazing.
Wonderful.
Thanks.